Now not the same already. Sudah tak sama. Now 1 month after Pakatan Rakyat came out with their manifesto, Barisan Nasional worked very, very hard for 1 month to come up with their very comprehensive manifesto. Took 2 hours to read on live TV. But of course, to be fair, they gave us 10 minutes lah. Took 2 hours to read on live TV, and when we heard the manifesto, we were scratching our heads. How come like that? These people probably never write manifesto before, don't know how to write their manifesto, took our manifesto, put on photocopier, press on button, come out the paper, chop Barisan Nasional manifesto. Pakatan Rakyat say we will lower the price of cars. Barisan Nasional say we will also lower the price of cars. Pakatan Rakyat say we will lower or abolish tolls. Barisan Nasional also say they want to lower the price of tolls. Pakatan Rakyat say we want to build more affordable housing. Barisan Nasional also say they want to build more affordable housing. Pakatan Rakyat say we will give 1,000 ringgit to all elderly above the age of 60. Barisan Nasional say they will give 1,200 ringgit. When Pakatan Rakyat first announced our manifesto, what did Barisan Nasional say? Tak boleh. Pakatan Rakyat Manifesto kalau dilaksanakan akan membangkrutkan negara kita. Kita tak ada duit untuk belanja macam tu kepada rakyat. But when we see their manifesto, we give 1,000 ringgit, it will bankrupt the country. So they give 1,200 ringgit, they will bankrupt the country faster. I mean, all these bankruptcy theory, bankruptcy arguments, bankruptcy criticisms are all basically not valid. They are not valid because they are just using it to scare Malaysians. We have heard it before. This is not the first time that Barisan Nasional accused Pakatan Rakyat of implementing policies which will bankrupt the country. You all got free water or not? Got or not? Every month got 20 cubic meter free water, right? Every house got, right? When we first proposed this policy, you know what our BN leaders say? Tak boleh, Selangor akan bankrupt kalau kita bagi air percuma kepada rakyat di Selangor. Ada bankrupt tak? Got bankrupt or not? No. Where got bankrupt? Every year we give 130 million ringgit. 5 years we have given 650 million ringgit of free water, and yet 28 first. We give already, after that our debts go up a lot. How? But our debts did not go up. Not only our debts did not go up, I'm sure all the other speakers have told you in earlier ceramahs, and I will repeat it here. Not only our debts did not go up, our savings actually increased. Our reserves actually increased from 700 million to 2.5 billion ringgit. And free water isn't the only benefit Selangor has given you all. We have given all sorts of other welfare policies. So many. My only complaint is sometimes too many. Cannot remember what they are. Bersera Usia Mas, Tawas for our children, scholarship 1,000 ringgit for those who successfully enter universities, 100 ringgit shopping voucher for the elderly, lots of other plans. Total expenditure well above 1 billion ringgit. And yet, despite all these additional expenditure for the benefit of the rakyat, we have successfully increased the financial reserves of the state, well beyond what Barisan Nasional have achieved. So all these bankruptcy arguments doesn't exist. Instead, we want to ask Barisan Nasional, how are you going to implement all these programs that you promised that are similar to ours? Where are you going to find the money from? For Pakatan Rakyat, how did we achieve the additional reserves and yet spend so much more money? Very easy. No corruption, no. We have an honest Menteri Besar that would not even take 1 cent of the Rakyat's money. The MACC, the first 2 years, tried so hard to dig for something corrupt about Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim. In fact, the MACC chief then even accused him, kita sudah ada bukti bahawa Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim menyalahgunakan kuasa. How did he menyalahgunakan kuasa? Instead of using the official car by the government, he used his own car. But of course, when he used his own car for official functions, he claimed the petrol lah. Fair, right? Corruption, oh. So all these were being accused on the Menteri Besar. But after being accused, Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim sued the government, sued the MACC chief, and 2 months ago, he has been vindicated. The MACC chief has apologized in open court to Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim that they have absolutely no basis to charge Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim of corrupt practices. Tak ada. Tak macam K-Toyo. You want another K-Toyo to lead you? Then make sure UMNO Barisan Nasional never comes to power in Selangor again. In fact, I'm a bit worried. This Tan Sri is so kiam siap. Our savings go up so much from 700 million to 2.5 billion. If we lose the state government, 大事大條die lah. 2.5 billion of hard-earned savings delivered to them on a silver platter. Cannot. So the way we do it is to make sure that we conduct open tenders. We abolish unreasonable projects, wasteful projects that doesn't benefit the rakyat. We remove corruption by first starting with the leaders of the state government. And whatever savings we have, half of it, we return it to the people in the form of welfare payments and upgrading of infrastructure. The other half we use to reduce our debt or increase our savings for the benefit of our children and the future generation. That is the hallmark of a responsible, people-friendly government. So we have proven our approach. Our approach very straightforward. Reduce corruption, reduce wastages, reduce abuse of power. Whatever savings we have, half goes towards back to the rakyat, the other half goes towards the reserves or reducing our debt. How is Barisan Nasional going to deliver their goodies? Are they going to reduce corruption? But they promise, you got to read the manifesto or not? Very nicely worded. Najib says, we will increase the efficiency and effectiveness of MACC in fighting corruption. We will have Auditor General reports go to MACC for MACC to conduct immediate investigations. Wow, very good. You remember or not? All those scandals raised by Ketua Audit Negara, Auditor General. Example, let me remind you, just selective lah, some of the scandals. I think when I first joined politics, entered into parliament, one of the biggest cases that time highlighted screwdriver. Normal screwdriver buy in your shop, 2 ringgit can buy already lah. But they must buy branded screwdrivers. That's okay, maybe it will last about 150 years. How much is a branded screwdriver? 32 ringgit. 32 ringgit. How much did the government pay for it? 224 ringgit. So the way we say it is the government is buying a screwdriver to screw you. Number 2, computer notebooks. How much is a computer notebook today? Good one, 2,000 plus. No lah, my Mac costs a bit more. My Mac very good, 3,005. Upgrade all the options lah, increase memory, increase hard disk, increase power, everything increase lah, 3,005. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt lah, 4,000 ringgit. How much did Mara pay to buy their notebooks? Okay, got a handphone free for you. 42,000 ringgit. You know what I tell the Malay audience when I tell them this story? Mara diamanahkan oleh kerajaan untuk membantu Bumiputera yang memerlukan bantuan daripada kerajaan. Tapi apa yang terjadi ialah Mara telah mengkhianati orang Melayu kerana menyalahgunakan wang tersebut untuk memperkayakan kroni-kroni mereka. Rakyat bukan Melayu tidak bantah. Tidak bantah bila kerajaan membantu orang Melayu yang miskin. Kita bantah apabila kerajaan menyalahgunakan kuasa mereka untuk memperkayakan kroni-kroni mereka. Dan kita bantah tak kira sama ada kroni tersebut orang Melayu ke, orang Cina ke, orang India ke, asal dia kroni, asal dia menyalahgunakan kuasa, asal kepentingan rakyat terjejas, kita nak tangkap kroni tersebut, kita nak tuduh ke mahkamah, kita nak penjarakan segala yang rasuah, segala yang menyalahgunakan kuasa. What else? Carjack. You know what's a carjack, right? Your tire pancit, then you have to jack, make your car out to change your wheels. $50 you can buy from the workshop. This $50 is not from me, it's from the Auditor General. How much did they pay? 5,700 ringgit. What else? The most recent case, everyone knows one. Binoculars. How much is the market value of the binoculars? 1,940 ringgit. That's probably before negotiations. How much did the government pay for it? Another handphone for you. 56,400 ringgit. Did MACC investigate? Got lah. Quite fast some more, 2 weeks it's all it took to investigate. Within 2 weeks after the Auditor General's report on the binoculars purchase, MACC came out for a press conference. They did the press conference. What did they say? They said, we have completed our investigation. Kita sudah siap dengan siasatan yang kita buat dengan pembelian terupung dengan harga RM56,400 walaupun harga pasaran RM1,940. Kita mendapati bahawa tiada unsur rasuah dalam pembelian itu. Habis, kenapa beli begitu mahal? Oh, kerana kerajaan terbeli dengan harga yang lebih mahal. In Chinese we call 没有贪污，只是买贵了。If you buy extra more expensive 10%, okay lah, terbeli dengan harga yang lebih mahal. If you buy more expensive 25%, okay lah, I tutup satu mata, tak nak tanya lagi. You buy more expensive 2,000% and you tell me tak ada rasuah. Are you doing your work Or are you trying to protect certain people from being charged in court? So when our Najib promised us more effective action from MACC, can you believe him? Can you believe him? You know our Najib, not bad, no. He signed the Election Integrity Pledge. In the Election Integrity Pledge, he said that I will not be corrupt. I'm not sure about the fact part. I will not buy votes. I will not break the law. These are the three key elements of the election integrity pledge. And he wants all their MPs and adons to sign. And when he signed the election integrity pledge, it was witnessed by a row of ministers. And the one closest to him, right behind him as he signed it, was our Taib Mahmud, Sarawak Chief Minister. Also known as Pekmo, not this one, the Sarawak one. This Pekmo, salary as Chief Minister, how much? 32,000 ringgit a month. Plus lah. Let's say 40,000 ringgit lah. And he doesn't use a cent of it. He don't need to eat one. 40,000 ringgit or 40,000 ringgit 1 month. Or 1 year, how much? 480,000 ringgit. Take it as $500,000 a year his income lah. How long has he been a Chief Minister? 30 years. How much is that? 15 million ringgit. But a global audit of all the companies he owns, where he has an interest, the value of his assets are 45 billion. Not 45 million, which is already 3 times the value of his 30-year salary as Sarawak Chief Minister. And you must remember, as the Chief Minister, you're not supposed to hold any other jobs that are earning income. That is part of the government regulations. If any one of us become a minister, we are supposed to let go of our commercial interests. From 15 million possible income, over 30 years, he now has assets of 45 billion ringgit. No corruption. I have enough lawsuits, I will not say anything else. And recently, and I'm sure all the people of Subang Jaya, you would have seen the video, the global witness video, where Taib Mahmud's family members were seen trying to hawk off a piece of land they obtained from Taib Mahmud, the natives' land, and to sell it to foreigners at a high price, and figuring out how to take the money out of Sarawak, bypassing the Malaysian tax regulators through a Singapore offshore company, advised by none other than Sarawak lawyers themselves. All this caught on video. And we asked that Taib Mahmud be investigated. He must be investigated because now we have clear evidence of how they are taking money out of the country. How land has been given to his relatives for his relatives to sell it to foreigners. It is almost a present in the country. Hawking off land owned by natives to foreigners. We asked for him to be investigated. And what happened? MACC under pressure say, yes, we will investigate. But that's what they said 3 years ago. Nothing happened. And when reporters asked Taib Mahmud, Ketua Menteri, macam mana MACC kata nak siasat? Taib Mahmud said, I will not cooperate with MACC.